10 minutes late. While I am 10 minutes late, I just want to set some things up and double check that everything's working. I slept in a little bit. And then my wife woke me up and was like, hey, don't you want to, like, go stream like you said you would? You fool. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing all that. There we go. So that's working. Let me just test my sound. That works. Yes. I just want to test chat as well. I always mess up my docs. I haven't set it up so that it works like uniquely for each live stream. You're gonna see like behind the scenes here. I'll go do it off camera. Actually, just mute the site. My bad, because I want to make sure that I also for my chats I'm not missing YouTube, because I think Twitch works fine. Like if I go into my own stream and start typing, I can see it's all in OBS. But I haven't got that. Yeah, I haven't got that working in YouTube streaming yet. So my bad. Apologies for that. I'm gonna know exactly what's going on in a second. Yes, I found my chat. I'm popping it out. And if I chat in here, YouTube chat, blam. Yes, now let's make a move. Sorry guys, I'm like all over I'm just type some things and it works. Cool. Now if anyone does message me in YouTube chat or in Twitch chat, I'll actually know what's going on. This is great. Okay guys, I meant to do something. I was building this OpenAPI client for an exchange that I use because they have some nice API docs, but there's no client, like there's no OpenAPI spec, and I wanted to actually build like clients for it, like a TypeScript client, and then I figured, why stop with just a TypeScript client when I could do like, I could do a Rust client, I could do a Python client, I could do everything client, and I could just build it all from the same spec. So I started yesterday building this OpenAPI spec for this project. I got it working to a point where now I'm just vibe coding it by, taking one little spec at a time, giving that to my LLM. The LLM takes what I already have and just adds it to things. So this could be a very tedious stream where I just go through and do that. But I also figured that means I don't have to think too much and I can just chat. But also while I was here, I was like, hey, let me check out my unread Git messages. Someone had an idea for Knip. This guy finally said a thing. It feels like ESLint. Okay, that's just an issue that I wrote something about. I need to go check my suggestions for typos PR. Like I've made this PR and I've kind of left. I don't think there's anyone waiting for me now. Like I guess I technically have I've resolved this. And I think of now discussing future API changes that could let us have more suggestions. Josh's plans just. Okay, cool. Resolve that. This bot is broken because I'm not getting the special thingies. Like, have I requested my changes from the people? Like, have I re-requested changes from him? I guess I haven't. Now I have. Awaiting reviews. I guess I could re-request reviews from them as well. Now that I've done some things. That's my problem really. We could just jump into Flint and do like another little thing. I'm just like checking out like are there any new things? Because there was one for fixtures. And this is such an easy one, like remove fixtures. Um, like this is an example of a super easy PR. They just have like the package fixtures is unused, tracks adding real integration tests. We should remove the fixtures directory at some point. Actually running over the fixtures revealed some bugs in the TS diagnostics. We should minimally be verifying that the errors from the fixtures are correct in CI. As over noted, fixtures pretty minimal. Ideally, we have some robust, preferably. So that would be the thing. Is like, do we remove this? The alternatively, we just delete them. Do they still want to delete them? And they'll have a separate follow up. So I'm gonna go do this PR because it's a really easy one. I'll just open cursor and just create a branch called tooling remove fixtures. Then this is going to be the easiest little open source contribution of anyone's life. I even didn't want to do this one because it's such an easy one, and I was like, okay, well, someone will come in and do it because it is like such an easy one. But I actually want to do the follow up one where we write integration tests. So let me open Flint for now, and I'll change to my main branch eventually. So check out. Oh, I'm in the main branch. I don't think there's anything to pull. It might be useful to just go check out my repos and jump into the Flint one here. Look how busy things are there. It's so nice. And we're gonna sync the fork. Oh, the fork's already synced. Yeah, nothing to worry about there. So we're gonna check out a new branch, calling it tooling, and we're gonna say remove fixtures. I've looked through the whole everything going on. Fixtures is literally this folder up like the not at the root, but over there. It is kind of at the root, like packages slash fixtures. They're literally just simple things like this that will say what they're supposed to do for end-to-end testing and stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to say git add, git commit, we'll call it tooling. I'll call it chore. Remove fixtures. I'm not. This isn't worth patching really. Remove fixtures, and then I'm just gonna write git push, and then we go back over to GitLab because if we are on here, then I can make a pull request. And this is going to merge into the base Flint project from my tooling fixtures one here, which is super straightforward. So chore remove fixtures. We must go find that issue. The issue is 1176. So we will say, yes, we are addressing an existing open issue. Issue is marked as accepting PRs. Just knocking this one out. Knocking this one out. Okay, so that it's easier to get going with very useful integration tests. Let me just check. Is there a different one for integration tests? Integration tests. Spelled integration wrong. Tooling, run tests over the 3 major operating systems. Is this going to be the 1, 2, 1, 2, add end-to-end integration testing? Splitting out of this, why don't we have tests that make running the Flint CLI work as expected? The project no lint reports happy message. Project with lint reports them supporting user-defined custom rules, one for each of the languages worked on this repo, e.g. Astro. Yeah. Changes, fix suggestions. Should also test Flint director supports since it requires pure language handling. I was working on these Flint directives, so that's been quite cool. Yeah, maybe a test that runs Flint more than once and compares the results. Exactly. So TLDR, just document this one out now so that it is easier to get started with this. Preview it will show you like the actual full test adding into tests. There we go. Assign myself, add Orvid, Josh, and Lashduk. Those are the core maintainers. I guess I could just say maintainers, right? Yeah, I could have just said the maintenance team. Which is the same thing, really. This maintenance team is those 3. In future, I can do that. I think I can add committers. Yes. And I'm on the committer team. I mean, I can't see it until I add them, but yeah. I'm the committer team, yo. Oh, that's a cool thing, guys. Check this out. Flint FYI. I mean, there's Josh, and then there's other 2 guys, and then I made it to the committers team. It's like my claim to fame that I get to say that I'm like part of the Flint project. Okay, so back to my little project, because that's just me doing a small thing. We're gonna go back to my other repo. So let me open recent, open, yeah. I could actually also work on that report buddy thing, but for now, we will start tackling this. And I'm trying to think the best way to do this. You can see other things there. Valid API. Try to think of like the most efficient way to show this off. Close everything. We have the valid YAML over here, and then within the YAML we have smaller paths. So I have a README here that says everything. That like we'll have the main open API file, and then there's additional endpoints and then shared schemas and stuff. So this is really not nice on smaller screens because it's like, how do you see? Like if you get there, then we're fine. Yeah, I just need to get to like there basically. Can I make this window pop out? That would be kind of cool, right? Open chat as editor. Because then it'll actually have like space to type. Right? Now it just says it's loading chat. I'm just thinking like, it's a bit annoying because I'd like to, so what I really want is I want this open, and I want public open, and I want valid YAML open. Then I don't have to look at these anymore. And I'm going to keep this as small as I can, which is unfortunately not that small. My cloud, my chat location is fine here. I wish I could move this like down, you know. But alas, maybe what I'll do is I'll make this like, you know, mostly in the way. So I'll do a thing like this, where this is here and then this is here, so I can click between the two more easily. That's a good plan. Okay, so currently my public APIs, I see only YAML files. What's the thing you are working on? I'm just working on YAML files. That's all I'm doing. This is what OpenAPI is, just sad little YAML files. Today's gonna be a very boring. I did just do a little Flint commit. So what I usually do is I work on Flint stuff, but there's a crypto exchange in my country that I like to use for building trading bots, and they have API docs, but they don't have like an open API spec. So yeah. Because they don't have an API spec, I was like, maybe I should just build an open source one that actually gives me an API spec. So if I did pnpm dev, I think this should run a proxy. And then, yeah, it opens up everything. Type in Swagger. Now I can make my own project here that will show you, like, okay, here's, like, we can run a, will this work? Yes, it does. So I can actually run like API stuff in here. Yeah, I'm preparing documentation. Basically, I'm building this so that, because my main goal is actually to go build like a TypeScript client. And then my thought was, well, why build a TypeScript client? Well, here are my two thoughts. It's going to be easier to maintain the TypeScript client if I actually just generate it from documentation. But then now I can build my own documentation for the clients if I have a spec. Because if I have a spec, I can generate the TypeScript endpoints. And if any of the APIs do change, which they don't do, but sometimes they add one here or there, then I can regenerate the TypeScript client, and that can also automatically update the docs for me. So I have this like source of truth for maintaining docs and the client. And then I figured, well, now I can use this to build a Python client or a Rust client or any other language client. So it's basically, I'm doing the spec now for allowing me to go do everything else. So this part is actually quite important. It's just very boring when you get started. But yeah, I'm literally going to go through these one by one now and say like, so here's the currencies one, and I've just got to find all this, run it up here, pop this into LLM and say, give it some context, and then add, update my spec to include this endpoint, and then wabam. So yeah, that's the plan, that's the vibe. I'm happy with the vibe. But yes, the code guy one. What are you busy with? What have you, what's going on? If you feel like saying anything. If you don't feel like saying anything, that's chill too. Up to you. So this will give me a new spec. So there's a supported network, and there'll be a supported network. What's that? I'm worried that my my sort of schemas start to get a bit just everywhere, everything. Because, for example, the supported network, oh, that is a whole supported network. Okay, it's called supported network. Okay, that checks out. So there's a schema change. Keep file, review the next side. Then we'll have this public YAML over here that says currencies, get a list of currencies supported by valid. A currency may optionally expose. So that should say everything that we have here. Note for currency does not expose any support. That's doing all that correctly. And then currency. So I add the comment here so I know from the top level what I'm doing, which is really cool. Sweet. And yeah, the schemas, we need that as well. So I don't like YAML. Nobody likes YAML. That's also a thing worth going. So technically, if I refresh this now, could not resolve reference. Maybe I need to restart it. Ew. Do I need to restart it? So one of these is not working. Why couldn't you resolve the reference? Because the reference is there. We've got the YAML pars 1v1 public currencies. And over here we have v1 public currencies, all the various things. Checking the structure. Using the project's validation script. I guess that's what I could have just done. I could do pnpm validate. Where is, okay. Let me open my package JSON. I'm confused. Do I need to do pnpmi? This should not be a problem. It says these are unused. Are these unused? Oh, they could be unused. Or they're just not aware of my proxy file. HTTPS proxy. And it might be unused. No, they can't be unused, are they? Sorry, I'm not. Have you used any data structure before, like linked lists or a tree, or implemented it in any of this project? No, I haven't. These are YAML files. We've used stuff like that in Flint, which is very complicated because you've got to like basically do static analysis on code. So then you have an abstract syntax tree for all that stuff. But that's very complicated. I don't even get it most of the time. What if I looked up Express in this project? We do use Express. No, we don't use Express. Let me get my stupid thingy working quickly. And then I can see if those are indeed useless. Because, yeah, I'm a bit confused now to why this path isn't working. It works for everything else. Public currencies, that's right. I can click there and it does actually go here. So that seems legit. And the schemas, this is legit. Yeah, that's also legit. I do like how this is working. And then these examples, they work. Schema currency, that's right. Okay, well, wait, let's do schema currency and then inside here, let's look at the supported network. Yes. So that works as expected. Is it because... No, that's right too. Okay, I'm confused. I came here to check if I could actually do validate, yeah. PNPM validate. OpenAPI slash valid.yaml. This is the part where it's I need to pnpm id. I'm gonna ask T3 chat a question. This is my package JSON. pnpm validate does not work. I get this error. We're learning. Let's check this whole thingy here to give it context. GraphQL schemas or something else? This is just straight up YAML schemas because I'm building it off an existing. They're just REST endpoints. So, although that does make me think, the GraphQL central strong typed blueprint that defines the entire set of capabilities and shape of data. We could always like tweak things later, but I'm just doing the most bare minimum boring part of this project. Sorry, I'm replying to Sad Guru on Twitch. People speaking on YouTube and Twitch for once, so this is really cool. Yeah. Just hanging out and doing the really boring stuff. I'm just like, again, as I build things, then I get cool ideas for future things. I'm just confused as to why I've just added a new path and it's not working. So now I'm like, I should improve my, yeah, it just looked like GraphQL, but I was wrong. Okay, yeah, no, I mean, this is Swagger over here. But I'm confused as to why my OpenAPI CLI from doesn't actually have a validate command. Yep, that's from the redocally CLI changed command names a while back. So I need to change to lint. This is to lint. Okay. So if I change this to lint, should actually just be lint, but fine. Validate does the right thing. And then preview. Okay, so let's do pnpm validate now. This default behavior is going to be decommitted soon. Says it's fine. That's kind of weird. But then, you know, I run my things and it's not fine. So pnpm dev. What is this? Where'd this guy come from? This random little null YAML. Public status, public risk limit. Does this get generated as like the top level thing from here? Oh my goodness, that's odd. Now I'm confused. Yeah. Swag is running. Cool, we're good. Is it actually running? Or am I running from the wrong place? I need to be opening this. Alt click here. My bad. Sorry. I'm looking for the whole Swagger thingy. I thought I hit all these growing pains yesterday, and I guess I did not. If I inspect, I go to console, then I refresh. And now it's working fine. Okay, I think it might be a caching issue. Yeah, because when I've opened here, I've disabled cache. So, because now theoretically I can open this public currencies and I can try it out. and I can execute on it. And this works fine. So it's actually bringing me public results. Okay, awesome. So that said, it means I can go ahead and do more. So I don't know why this generated. Let me try. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to hear bad noises. Let me try pm validate and just check if that's what causes that null package to get rendered, or if that was my LLM's doing weird things. Because yeah. Let's add another public endpoint. Kick it off so long. So the next public endpoint is currency pairs. There's not much to show here. Currency pairs. And then an example response for currency pairs is this. And we'll take it from there. And then when this is working, at least I can test on people. I think what I'd like to do... Oh, wait, I do need to do the auth ones first. I need to do some auth routes, because then I can start testing my client generator, and then I can start adding endpoints that way. Like, that's probably my best bet. Okay, so we have a currency pair, a type. That's fine. Adding everything else in here. There we go. That's correct. Correct. Oh, I wanted to test if I don't need these, because Knip says I don't need these. And I should just add Knip to the project in general. So run this. OpenAPI lint. I don't need to run that. Oh, I can run lint from here. Oh no, sorry, pm validate will run lint. Let me ask what this warning means. What does the warning here mean? So I don't want to like leave that there forever. If they say something's deprecating, we might as well deal with it, right? If you don't have CLF automatically, but this automatically fallback behavior explicitly needs to define a configuration file instead of relying on default. So yes, let's just create a new dot redo CLI.yaml files, and then add an extends recommended. And then APIs. This is what we're actually doing. Fantastic. All right, the warning is harmless for now. It simply means you don't have redo How did you even say that word? Who came up with this name? So now if I validate. Oh. I added a dot. This is a dot redo right? Redo.yaml. YAML file to the repo. To the root of the repo. Ran pm validate. And still got this issue. This. Oh. Let me just tell it some more context. Still got this issue. La 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 la. Hit it with everything. Nice. You did everything right on your end, so the warnings are a bit confusing. Let's troubleshoot. Doesn't detect it usually when in file encoding or name issue. So you named exactly redo CLI YAML. Lowercase starting with a dot. Make sure it's not saved. .txt. It's not. It is a YAML file. I need to run it from a subdirectory. It's so annoying. Yeah, YAML uses spaces, not tabs. Okay, cool, whatever. So confusing. Let me just show you like it's there. I guess we can make it robust. If we did it inside the package JSON, then we have a better chance of not preview, validate. Yes. And then I can also ask it if we should do it on preview as well. That would be good. Okay, it's not working. EMPX, OpenAPI, --v, version. Man, come on. Wait, would that make it work now if I've done PMPX OpenAPI? Nope. I'm on version 1.01. I'm on version 1.01. What do you mean it wasn't reliable? Pending the config. I've already tried that. So what is the latest? It's the beta version. 3 years ago. Well, there's nobody use YAML files anymore. This is 3 days ago. What version is this on? Okay, 2. Okay. Core. Readable CLI. OpenAPI CLI. Sorry, I didn't mean to make loud noises. My goodness, man. What are these people doing? Okay, well, I'm ditching that. And I'm gonna get rid of this too for now. This is where it's like one of those, like I've been using like maybe I'm supposed to be using readable CLI, not this. Migrating from readable CLI to V2. Then you can use readable command. Okay, so this is some other stuff that I need to look at. Because it's not really like I think I'm on an old version And that's the problem with vibe coding things, is you sometimes get stuck and pinned on old versions, which is not good. I'm gonna commit what I have here so long. Commit and added more public endpoints to spec. And then I want to add knip. So knip is going to tell me I can remove these. If I do pnpm I now, and then I do pnpm dev, if this still works, I can test my pairs now as well. Currency pairs, try out. This part, I need to move valid status to the bottom. This is so annoying that this doesn't just work. Like, you can't move between lines. Like, YAML is the most annoying language in the world, in my opinion. Or maybe my editor's just not set up to work with YAML files, but I just find it so annoying. I need to have like a format on save YAML thing. But we'll do that in a sec. So yeah, the public pairs, this works. I can see all the various public pairs. There's a lot of data there actually. That's really cool. Okay, so we know that this works. Oh, and there are actual things in here. Are there linting issues? Okay. What? Oh, is this Knip telling me this as well? What are we saying here? What are these warnings regarding? Can we address them? Because these are nice, useful warnings in here. Did it create a bundle? Like, where does it create a bundle? So my client's here, that's all made up. Just looking at everything. Seems chilled. Okay. PNPM execute lint. Da, 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 da. The field email must be present on this level. And then in public YAML, like operation tags. So this is probably on this level. Yeah. Email, we can say barry@barrymichaeldoyle.com. Yeah. I'll just say I'll be the contact person for this. And then there's tags public. Okay, yeah, we'll have tags public and private, and then we'll apply those tags here. And then as we rebuild, there'll be no cheeky linting errors. Isn't that fantastic? Doesn't that feel good? Yes, accept, blah, 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 blah. I don't think this is gonna work, man. Operation seems to be a false positive. What do you mean? So this whole schema thing never used isn't working because it's not aware of the fact that we... Oh my goodness. That's annoying that they don't know that they used. Like, I wonder if Knip will know that they used or not. So basically, I should just say yes, no, and then watch the change. And are there any? Oh, cool. So this is working now. Okay, that's something. Let's add Knip to the project. Because I want to see how Knip works with YAML files, if that actually does work or if it's not really a thing. I mean, let's check it out. Because I did add it to the project the other day to one of my other projects and it works so nicely. Yeah. Mono repos. It's got plugins that are all built in. They catch everything. Yeah. Wonderful dev tools. Okay, we're looking at adding Knip. Maybe I should just go get started the old-fashioned way, actually. Let me stop this. Let me stop this, and then we will create a Knip config. There we go. Excellent. You can do Knip. And this is all wonderful too. I'm gonna unpin these main versions, keep that PMPMI from here, and then take it from there and see what we've got going. So now we have Knip. Let's run Knip, PMPM Knip. But does it just ignore YAML files? No, man. Unlisted binaries. Okay. So I do need to ignore tools. Just because tools are quite useful. I'm a tool, and I find myself useful sometimes. I didn't expect to be ignoring YAML files, but alas, I guess they are kind of a thing. Why are you picking that up? Yeah, like if I'm in here, this is the whole file. Yeah. I don't know, it's not noticing me now. Oh, removed redundant entry points. So it's configuration hints. So actually, I don't need to do that. Remove this. The project isn't even there. It shouldn't even be there. Now I can be like, how do I fix the unlisted binary thing? This is kind of one of those things where I get a bit carried away, you know? But while we're at it, let's start looking at the next. Thank God you saw stream on YouTube. Twitch chat became verified accounts only. It doesn't send me the SMS verification text. Oh, dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Well, look at that. I reply to YouTube and to Twitch now. Not that there's anyone really hanging out on Twitch. What's YouTube doing? There's more people on YouTube than Twitch. Not that again, not that many. Yeah, dude. That sucks. Also, hello and welcome back. It's really annoying that they're not sending you the verification SMSs. Like, yeah. I guess, is that just my Twitch chat or is that just most people's Twitch chat? Maybe it's the default new Twitch chat settings where you have to have verified account. I don't know. It's probably for the best because I think people make fake accounts all the time. But it does suck when that stuff starts to affect you. Okay, so I've got a currency pairs stuff. Also, I totally wasn't streaming the other day. I didn't stream on Friday like I planned to because I was I don't even know what to say. I was just really tired, so I skipped Friday. I didn't even get along to saying I'm gonna schedule a stream. Like I just completely skipped Friday. And then today I was like 10 minutes late, which is fine. It's been difficult trying to wake up super early and stream like this. I think it's once you pass a certain threshold, it automatically becomes verified accounts only. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Maybe when I became affiliates on Twitch, that's where it changed. Could be that. Choo-choo. I don't know what this is trying to do. So I'm starting to lean towards the redo CLI. This is gonna make things better. Why do I have a TypeScript file in here? I mean, I know we will have TypeScript later. Like that's cool and all that. Like a bit strange. Um, okay. Well, we'll run knip. Let's run it this side as well and see. We're gonna bring up that I have like use. Oh, okay, that worked. Okay, let's commit that. Everyone, stop what you're doing. Uh, I didn't mean to do that. Git add, git commit, configured. No, there we go. All right, git push. We can run stuff like that on every PR and stuff, but that's a later problem. Now back to this part. So currency pairs by type. Let's. Oh no, I didn't mean to see that. Let's implement this endpoint. Put that in there, and then example response. Wabam. Does the response actually just count the number of decimal places here as well? Looks like it does. It would be cool to kind of implement Zod schemas that we can use to like pre-populate potential issues with using an API. So like we don't, if you're using a Zod schema, yeah, I don't know how to think of it. Like basically, if something's not matching the right, I don't want to add like a Zod schema validation to the client because we should just assume that the client is correct, but you do want to add some like error handling and catching. So it's like, how do you add that without, actually doing everything correctly? Like, can you send it off in like an async thread? It's just this very much like you want your client to be as fast as possible, right? People are building trading bots with this stuff, so it is a bit like, okay, what are we doing? Okay, yes, public pairs type. Fantastic. Yay. Uh, wait. Does this have any? We just given up on saying what the actual output is. Would I put the output? Or is the output a string? Type array. So response type array. Oh, there's a. So it's also just show you currency pairs. Okay. That seems wrong, but it's currency pairs by type. Sorry. Okay, next endpoint. After this, I'm gonna count how many we have and then see if we could, like, um, see if we can get like a little goal for like the end of the hour or something. I believe bots should just access the API directly, not the site itself. No, it's not about accessing the site. It's about if I generate clients, like an API client. Like, let's say I generated a TypeScript client. So people are writing bots in TypeScript or whatever. They still have, like, the whole point is to make it easier to write trading bots. So they'll run the client, which is generated from the API spec. I wanted to put like validation like inside to be like, oh, cool, like, run it against like a Zod schema to help us catch incorrectly defined specs. But now I'm like, if I do that, then we're a little bit stuck because, well, we're not stuck. Like, it's just like it would be a warning and we somehow have to log it. But then I'm like, okay, if I add that kind of logging in, for one, it's like invasive on the user. So, like, there's that. I don't want to be logging people's calls anywhere. So then I was like, oh, what if I did it as like a console log and just say like, okay, if you wanted, this is a bug, but we also don't send anything. So if you want to create an issue, here's a link. But then I just feel like it's a waste. So I'll think about it later. It's like not an our problem. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Features, funding history. This is a whole lot of stuff. Why is this not happy now? Oh, of course this is unhappy. Oh, it's unhappy because of this. Can I do a backslash here? Looks like I can do that. That's pretty cool. Does that fix everything? Yes, it does. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Let's do pm dev and actually test our API. The other annoying thing is I can easily test my public Swagger thingy over here, but I can't test it when I get into the more difficult accounty thingies and all that stuff. There's a changelog API? Or is this just changelog? To get notified about updates to the changelog, please click the follow button on this help section. Well, this is important. Let me sign that in somewhere else. I didn't know I could. Oh, new device to check the authorized via my phone now. Sorry. Um, that's pretty cool. I didn't know you could follow for API updates. But also, I'm like, man, at least they haven't updated the API since like. Oh, they've updated in November, so there's a new bundles feature. So there are updates now and then, but when I got to this changelog page, this is the last update was 29/25. So we should mention that there's like a bug there because the support page is a bit out of sync. Yeah. Let's tell those guys. Anyways, yeah, they added bundles endpoint. But this is great because then I can actually see they're able to unsubscribe from these account WebSocket events, balance updates. Okay, cool. Margin info and all that stuff. All right. Yes. Oh, wait. Oh man, you've got to like authorize your device from like. Oh, this is just annoying. My device has been registered. And now it's logging me out and everything. I don't think this follow button actually works. It just comes as a new device detected every time. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. Okay. I'll try it on my Mac, which is a regular device for that. There's a giant Christmas beetle flying. What is this? The moth? It's a Christmas beetle. Something. I'm being attacked. Okay. What did we just do? We have just added ADDing my way, futures funding history. And that does work, right? We've like figured it out. We have figured it out. You don't want the financial app not to be secure. No, I agree. It's yeah. Okay, damn financial app is super secure. Isn't that lame? No, I mean I'm glad it's secure. I don't want to lose the bits of money that I do have on there. Hang on a second, is this broken? No, funding history. This is a lot of text. But it works. Yay. I used to do a whole bunch of things. That's quite cool. Yeah, cool, sweet. Back to the API. So funding rate history, let's do futures information. Okay, this is a nice small one. At the same point. And we will go through here. The annoying thing is just like it goes to like you can't really trust it because again it goes to like there's a change log here that goes to an outdated blog post. So the change log is updated on this site, but the support page is not updated. So it's a bit like out of sync. So it makes me hesitant to think that the follow feature actually works because yeah, but it's fine. This API is still better than any other like crypto exchange API that I've used before. So if you want to build a trading bot, this place is the place to go. Like every time I want to do sort of like utilities around trading bots, there's two primary exchanges in our country. And the other company doesn't really like they don't have a WebSocket API and stuff like that. And like the API docs are so like neglected when this one actually works. Like the docs are there, support works, like people actually reply to you and help you out if you're stuck. Even if you say you're stuck and then you're not actually stuck and you tell them that I'm not actually stuck, they just wish you a nice day and everything when like the other company is like a ghost town when you're stuck. So yeah. And it's weird, like they've been banning some of my friends for building bots on like their platform, which is like isn't the whole point of API to go build bots so that you can trade and bring up trading volume and then everyone makes money, so it's fine. So I don't know, it's a bit shady the other place. Okay, so how's my futures stuff going? What is going on? Let's just add this. Like, I don't care about that. I want to add this new endpoint. Yes, do something simple. It's reviewing my futures endpoint. Fantastic. It's theoretically better, like for me, the people on YouTube as well, because I get watch time and my channel might get monetized again, and then I kind of it's like the self-fulfilling prophecy thing with Twitch. Now that I'm already affiliated, it's like, well, the next goal is partner, and I'm not reaching that anytime ever. So, um, okay. And then I have random people in my complex that don't know how to buy gas and electricity. Right. So we've added the futures information. Cool, futures info good. Let's go see the endpoint. That looks good. Next P&L run. Public futures information. This is where I'm gonna probably want to start adding a whole bunch of adding this to my C spell, because these perpetual thingies are decent. Crypto company has been shady for no surprising features. I just like in our country they're quite well regulated, so it's actually odd to see a like registered financial service provider being shady. Like that's why like it's not like the Wild West in like the US where I don't know. Well, there's a few places. There's a few places where it's like not really regulated, and then it's a bit chaotic. Um, so yeah, in my opinion, I just think it's strange that like it's actually strange that a company in South Africa is being shady regarding financial things, because we've got quite a decent financial system going on here. Like, so one thing we're not behind on. Um, yeah, like we're pretty solid when it comes to fintech. But yeah, anyways, that's fine. It's like they're not that bad. It's just I've been annoyed at the lack of developer friendliness that they have. Now, shall we test this one as well? Futures info, try it out, execute. Yeah, we can see all the futures info, estimated funding rates, all the various things. If I can look at funding rates, then I can build a bot that will automatically decide if it's worth longing and shorting things. Isn't that cool? Crypto's really regulated, it's banned. Oh yeah, no, in our case it's not banned at all. It's I mean it's part of the tax system. Like, so you have to say how much crypto you have and stuff, and what you're doing with it, so you know how to get taxed on it. You know, are you using it as a form of income, like to accept payments, then it's income tax? Are you just buying and selling, like trading income, or is it capital gains from buying and holding? Um, Obviously that's driven some people a bit sad, but like to be fair, you live in a country, you're governed by a country, even though you don't agree with the government. It's like you pay your taxes. Like, just do it. Uh, or go live somewhere else. But I like living where I live. It's got its perks. Yes. So what was I going to say now? Next one. So we got the futures funding rates, futures information. We've just done that one, I think. Yes. Now for the loan info, let's get loan info. Look, what am I doing now? Cool. New endpoint. The loan info. Let's get the example response. Ain't nobody got time to read that. Cool. Sorry, my little coffee drinking noises. I'm almost done with this. I remember from the other day, it's like people could hear me drinking and it was weird. And it's just like silence right now. So whether lending is supported for this currency, la 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 la. Yay. So yeah, the cool thing is like when this is working, I can plug this into an LLM and the LLM can look at the final like YAML file or the final OpenAPI spec, and we can use that to or figure out what stuff's worth doing, what stuff's not worth doing, etc. So that's also really cool. I'm a bit concerned when it comes to the WebSockets. I don't know how if OpenAPI supports that or not, but yeah, that would be another one. So mark price bucket for cryptocurrency pair. Yeah, we need that. New endpoint. And then let's do an example response from there. So that is market price bucket. Here we go. I love how they have ADA in this example. Like, I don't think we can do ADA trades like that. I don't think ADA's been a thing that you can buy on the exchange. You used to be able to buy it like off the exchange, but now I think everything's only exchange driven. Let's see. So we're gonna add that. Checks out. Next file. What's the problem? BTC USD. We can add this to our dictionary. Yep. There's a crystal speed on my neck. Ugh, that was creepy. That's unusual. Well, he's down there now. That was freaky. Why was he on me? I guess I have like a very juicy looking neck. Okay, mark price. Mark price, we can add this to the spelling examples. This is again where we're gonna specify the pair, and that should fix that. Add this, add this. Quick fix adding that. And adding this. Yay. No more typos in my docs. Cool. Right. I don't think we need to do anything else here. Like this should just work, right? I refresh now. We did futures info. Let's do the loans info one. Just check that that works. That works. It does send some loan information. And then we'll do the market price bucket thing. Try this out. This works. Oh, fantastic. How many more endpoints do we have to go before we are done with public? So quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, and we have half an hour before I need to go. Yeah, it should be fine. Market summary, let's do this one. Market summary, stop, new endpoint. Market summary, example response, add that to the context window. And now we're just on the roll. I was thinking of building a virtual stock market during the half-year holiday. I need projects for my CV, so I figured going for the most extreme project is the only logical thing to do. That is interesting. Yeah. So exchanges are complicated, especially when it comes to some. I guess you could simulate them. Yeah, that is an interesting project. It's a hard one. I don't know. I would it would be impressive. It would definitely be impressive for a CV. Um, so that was like the only logical thing you could think of. I mean, yeah, it would be impressive. I think building something, as long as you're able to somehow showcase it well, like half of it is like how you're able to communicate what you've been building and actually like showing it off. Because you could build the coolest thing ever, and if you don't have a nice way to demonstrate it, like to actually make a demo of the project, then it's less impressive. Um, so yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. That's kind of a thing. Uh, yeah, all the joys. That was a pretty interesting strategy. Oh, right. Wait, am I done here now? Let's still try and do other things. It's supposed to generate the new endpoint, man, while you're wasting your time there. And then we're going to do market summary for currency pair. I think because the LLM's been quite good with this for quite a while now. Let's just try and knock them all in and then test them at the end. And then we can at least say, hey, we did all the public ones. Right? That makes sense, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, review next file, market summary. This is a schema. Yes. Market summary, we're going to add this to our dictionary. We can add BAT USD to our dictionary. We can add Algo USDC to our dictionary. I don't even know what this is, but it's a legit word. USDT to USDC. Cool. Then let's review next file. There's that. Fantastic. Awesome. Uh, Great. New endpoint. Market summary for currency pair. And then we're going to get order book. Order book's going to be an interesting one. Being an order book for a whole pair. It's going to be very busy. The top 40 bids and asks. So you can kind of know what the market's doing and figure out life from there. That's useful. I do think this is going to be super useful where it's done. It's just really boring right now. I know nobody on my network's done this before, I think. This is all they have to work with. Okay. Adding special things to the endpoint. Yay. Okay, this is going to be another one of those. Add the little thingy in. There we go. And making it valid YAML. Good stuff. What is the problem here? Have we found two ambiguous paths? What is ambiguous about that? Well, the format was fine. This is exactly the format I need. My problem is this weird little ambiguous path thing. Public risk limit currency pair and public. Let's see if I can fix this. I don't know why it's not bringing up on this side. Because we've had that risk limit thing forever, and it didn't complain about that. So now I'm a little bit confused and sad. Okay, either way, market summary, we're done with that. We're going to do the get order book now. Let me just start writing some long new endpoint. We'll fix it later. See how they want to fix this. I don't understand what this does. The parse conflict, literal then parameter, and then reordering so literal first pass come before parameter first pass at the same level. Okay, stop. Undo file. I understand that they want these to go to the bottom, but I actually disagree because yeah, market summary and summary for market pair, like it's just we can accept that. We can accept that the paths are going to be ambiguous because we're going to be generating a spec out of it, and yeah, I don't think reordering is gonna solve much of this. Sorry, I'm really tired. Order book entry, order book. Order book has order book entries inside it. Vibes. Market data, we can add that to the dictionary. Fantastic. Now we have more ambiguous pairs. Let's get a non-aggregated order book. Returns a list of ask orders are sorted by price ascending, but orders are sorted by price descending. Orders of the same price are not aggregated. Okay. Non-aggregated just means shows how many different orders there are for like a specific trade. So that's interesting. That is interesting. Create new schema. Order book full entry. Is this even I feel like they should be exactly the same, but I guess not. Is it just order book full versus okay, yeah. Someone should really make a YAML with braces. I don't know why we all settle for space-based config files. Um, yes. Dude, I hate it too. There is technically it's not much better. Um, you can use JSON files for OpenAPI. Can we use JSON files for OpenAPI? Google it. Yes, OpenAPI can be written either JSON or YAML format using. Tools can generally pass both, and it's often possible to convert between them. Recommendation. While both are fully supported, YAML is often recommended for manual creation due to its concise indentation base, which means they find it easier to read and write than the more verbose. I disagree. I really do actually disagree. I think JSON is maybe YAML's okay to read, but writing JSON is definitely easier. The choice between often depends on your tooling ecosystem. Most robust tools like Swagger Editor, Postman, and various code generators support both, allowing for easy workflow regardless of your chosen format. So that's the thing. I might need to make like a version that converts the YAML file into a JSON file anyway. So that's also worth mentioning. The entry file for an OpenAPI description is typically named openapi.json or yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, YAML just sucks in general. I don't like it. But it's useful for me to get my hands dirty with. Okay, we've done the non-aggregated stuff. Let's do order types now. New endpoints. This is order types, right? So order book, order types. Writing Kubernetes files and trying to account for indentation is really driving me crazy. That's one area, one of many areas that I am not well versed in. Whenever I find myself doing Kubernetes things, I think, what have I done? How did I get here? Why am I here? This sounds like somebody else's problem. And then generally it does become somebody else's problem, and I never have to think of it, and I sleep at night while other people do not sleep at night. So, yeah, story of my life. Okay, let's keep this file, move on to the next one. That looks good. I'm impressed that it's getting the enums here. Okay, why are we complaining? Unresolved ref. We've not built that ref yet. Still working on that. I guess it is still building it. There we go. There's my beautiful little ref. Okay, and it's because Twitch chat said welcome back to the chat. YouTube says I'm gone. No, I'm back again. Yep, sorry. I did drop connection there. That was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Obviously, I wouldn't have done that on purpose, but yeah, random fact. Okay, so we have just done the order types. And then we're going to do get order types for currency pair. Do that. New endpoint. It's happening. It's all happening. This is kind of stuff that I'll probably go do in front of TV. Let's add that as well, actually. Mention it. No. Wait. So, order types for currency pair. And then we'll say new endpoint at the top. New endpoint. There we go. There we go. Stupid ambiguous. I guess we could say the no ambiguous thing, but I don't know if this is working. I'm not gonna bother with that now. Oh, sorry for the noises. Okay, after this, we've done a bunch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, only 5 left. I think we can do it before the end of the stream. That'll be good. Oh, the joys, man. The good old joys. Price bucket for currency pair. Okay, so we're keeping this next file. Currency type. That looks good. Add this to the dictionary. We need to update the description here so that it's not like not hating us. Yep. Going back there, that's all good. I don't need to run anything. New endpoint. Fantastic. Get price bucket currency pair. Yes. And then some of the other endpoints are quite small, actually. Like getting server time, etc. This is like just for checking that your servers in sync and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the plan there. What a time to be alive. Stupid restream. Always updating my description for me. Can actually go and undo my other live things where they've just been made with restream. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so what was I doing now? Back to all the thingies that I was doing. I'm in the right place now. Great. This needs to stop and this new endpoint needs to begin. So that was price buckets for currency pair. It's got quite the giant, like, all the query params going on there. So yeah, that's kicking off there. And then I have server time, trade history paginated by ID, and then trade history with filter. And then we are done with the public levels. And I think that's one of the bigger ones because I think account, you've got some API keys, but that's just like, yeah, you have API keys, sub account, wallets, you have crypto wallet, fiat wallet, market data. I mean, I'm going to do all of this off camera. I just figured, hey, this morning I needed to get stuff done. Let me just sit down and actually send it. The trading read and write one with the API here on WebSockets is a little bit more complicated. Like I'd like to somehow spec out the types of things that you can receive, but I also don't know how I'm going to do that. Bundles, all those things, and then change log. Yeah. And this health one, I don't get at all. Yeah, I don't understand because I don't know if there are any V2 APIs. Everything's a V1 API. So yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, so price bucket for currency pair. This is what we're adding. This looks all right. Review next file. This all looks good. Yep. Let's just go up here and change this. Be that. And this as well to be that. I'm fixing all of the descriptions so that they are valid YAML files. Okay, cool. Next endpoint, I guess. So server time is next. This is going to be very easy. New endpoint. It should be quicker to bam, just returns epoch time and normal time and should be good. Very nice. Okay, so there's that. Server time. Why can you not be in the order that I want you to be in? Guess what? Stony Eagle is awake. Dude, you're up early. Or you're up late. Which one is it? How's it going? Stupid server time thingy needs to be up here. Oh man, I hate YAML. You're halfway there. You're awake and asleep. Yes, you're still awake. Oh my goodness, dude. What are you doing? You're crazy. You're like actually crazy. Cool. Well, my app is live on the Play Store. Oh, dude, send a link. That would be cool to go look at. Let's just get this kicked off. New endpoint. And we'll chuck this guy in here. Cut off history. Okay, I'm cleaning up my repo, at least try it. You're trying to clean up your repo. Okay. So your app is live on the Play Store and you're also too scared to show me your app that's live on the Play Store. I see how it is, bro. I see how it is. Oh, wait, you did just send it to me. That's the No Mercy one. Check out this, guys. If only I had an Android phone. App connects to your No Mercy media server so you can play your movies, TV shows, and music anywhere. That's kind of cool. Look at that. You've even got it in your own language for that part. The Dorhan. Metkishen. I don't know. I'm probably butchering that a lot. Cheeky. This whole group of people. What a vibe. That's cute. Well, I would give it a 5-star if I had an Android phone. But I don't have any devices. So, sorry. It's 16 gig. I have 17 gigabytes to get pulled. That's crazy. I need to make real app screens for this. Dude, this looks pretty good already. It's like better than any garbage that I would put up, so it's decent. This is where the fun begins. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for sharing. It looks good. I like the app logo, actually. Wait. I gotta go back there now. This is a very cool looking logo, in my opinion. I think it's very pretty. It just looks cool. It looks professional. Mr. Elite, I'm not Mr. Elite. I'm just don't have the capital for multiple screens and stuff. There's a slight difference. Okay, wait. Let's implement my trade history stuff. Yeah, this looks good. Yes. Next, trade history. You can add this to our config. That looks good. Let's just fix that one line over there. There we go. Okay, next endpoint, trade history by paginated ID. New endpoint unlocked. New endpoint this, and we're gonna give it the expected response so that it can generate the type schema for me. I should join your streams again. It's been a long time. What time are you normally streaming? Because I just haven't been on Twitch. Are you streaming during the day? Because if so, then yeah, I actually should join your streams again. I definitely can. I just always forget. I got added to a contributors list. Wait a second. An hour ago. What is Josh doing online now? Yeah, I just did this because I was like annoying. Beep boop beep boop bop. Yeah, I just made a PR here. It literally is just me deleting files. Deleted a folder. Like, yeah. Nothing much to say there. Tuesday and Thursday on 4ish PM. Okay. I could actually join your streams. That might be cool. Oh, I can't see my calendar now. Let me check my phone. I don't think I have meetings at the time. Yeah, I might actually be free at around, only for the first hour though, because after that I kind of got to go out and be the family man, you know. Enable notifications for the Twitch app. I should do that. I turned them off a while ago because I was like detoxing from life, and then, well, here I am back again, just doing me things, you know. Cool. Back to the API docs because I do want to finish this trade history with filters. Yes, sorry. Oh, this is my last one because I've already done the valid status one. Well, I say last one. This is my last one for it's my last one for this section, and then I have other sections to go to because yay me. Hopefully I'm like copying the right context in here. That's okay. If people are actually using this, they can come help me with you know, letting me know that things are broken or not broken, etc. It's happening. And then I'll just do one quick little smoke test to check that it's good. And then, yeah. Okay, so what's happening? This looks good. This looks... No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. The endpoint. Okay, got a new endpoint. Copying with filters. Yes. Fantastic. If I go look here, there'll be a there's a with filters and there's a paginated by ID. Paginated by ID. Trade history. This is not good because I think what it's done is it's overwritten my trade history one. There are three different endpoints that need. Hate this. I hate this so much. Like, because now what I might have screwed up on is order book. Okay, so order book non-aggregated. Order book. See, that works. Order book full. So trade history is that. Oh, wait. Okay. Never mind. This is fine. Trade history endpoint has multiple use cases. Going to include all of them here. So, because it looks like the params, they're different based off of what params you feed them. And then an example response. So all of them will say like price, quantity, currency, traded at, quote volume, right? So that's the one. Price, quantity, quote volume, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. The currency pair, traded at. Yes. This is sequence ID as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. So there is actually just one endpoint. There's a fire outside and it smells really bad. I live in an area where the biome catches fire. Famous fire. Famous. Why fire is important. The stupid Cape Floral Kingdom is home to thousands of plants unique to South Africa, and while fynbos thrives after fire, ecologists feel there are vital lessons to be learned from flames. This freaking place I live catches fire all the time. Endpoint overloading is a new thing to me. I think this is more like so away from the fires of where I live and things just catch fire all the time. It's the way that they've documented it, you know, because they've documented it as this whole different thing. But like now in the OpenAPI spec, I don't really need that. So it is a bit like, how do I define it as, it might be a bit complicated to define, basically. Because these are all optional parameters. Right. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think they're all optional. Because you could just do trade history with nothing on it, right? And if you want trade history paginated by ID, you say, you add before ID. Only include trades before this ID. If you want with filters, you just add start time, end time. So it's just really bad. Like this should just be trade history, basically. Anyways, I'm going to talk about fires again in a second. Let's rerun my dev server and then refresh this. Oh my goodness. Everything's not even order. Trade history. Oh, sorry, I made noises again. Try it out. Execute. Why is there? Oh, this is so stupid. There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be defaults in here. This is good. For Swagger, let's remove the default query params from the trade history endpoint, since we don't actually want to filter that by default. That will just make this experience a little bit nicer. Can I look at other things, like what's the server time? The good old server time, right? Execute that. Well, bam. Server time is 0601. That means it's 8 o'clock my time. That means I need to stop because I need to go to work. Yeah, yes. Keep file. What am I doing? I'm just removing defaults. Is this working? Because I think that the trade history trade history. Trade history. Okay, listen here. Where's my trade history? Trade history. Cool. We're looking here. Parameters. Type. I think that default was important actually, because trade history max is 10. It does say limit default 10. Oh, it's example that we don't want. Wherever it says example, we want to remove those. But then it might be nice to add those, so I'm just a bit like, okay. Yeah, I guess the user will be smart enough to know to take it out if they wanted to. Okay. Git add, git commit. That's fine. Added all public endpoints. This is great. Because now what I can do is I can add a few private ones and then start working on the actual feature, and then I can make some issues for the other sections. But yeah, then at least it's like there's like a pathway to success around this. Because I could basically add account. Adding accounts probably the best one here. Adding accounts and sub accounts, you have those like little things, right? Yeah. You always assume the user is not smart, or at least that's me when making apps. Dude, that's the key solution to. By the way, if you guys like the YouTube video, that helps with the algorithm. Just letting you know. But that's the key thing that you've got to think about. You've got to think, okay, I'm working with someone whose brain is colossally dysfunctional, and what can I do to mitigate that problem. And that is the secret to being an excellent front-end engineer. The secret to being an excellent anything engineer, but specifically front-end, because that's where you're meeting users in their most broken state. I don't know. So this is life advice from Barry. Just pay attention to that. Cool. Guys, this is fire. Well, it's not fire. This is Faneboss. And it catches fire all the freaking time. Wait, that's Table Mountain. What the hell is even that? Like, I live with aliens. I live around aliens. This is near my house. I used to join the wildfire services, but basically, for long story short, the stupid biome catches fire is it 7 years? I type in 7. Let's say 70 years. Let's look at years. More than 4 years old. For example, when a protea burns, its seeds are released altogether from what is left in the flower head and begin to germinate in cooler weather. The following spring after the fire, the seeds will germinate, mature, and the flower again in 3 to 4 years. They're going to die and seed reserves deplete. If these indigenous plants go too long without fire, they go into a stage of something. This occurs after about 30 years. Well, the fires happen every 5 years, so that's not a problem. Regrowth to start in areas already covered in green shoots. Thing says within 6 to 8 years there will be mature famous growing on the slopes again. Yes, I know, but it catches fire all the time. How often should Faneboss catch fire? So you're multi-streaming. Yes, I'm streaming. Oh, Stony, you're here too. I'm multi-streaming. I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch, which is the vibe. Look at you guys sneaking in to like the video. I think you're sneaking in to like the video. I don't actually know. I can't see on my side. Faneboss needs to burn roughly every 10 to 15 years. Intervals shorter than 7 to 8 years eliminate shrubs, while longer than 30 years lead to senescence and die off. Okay, well, yeah, in my experience, freaking mountains on fire every 3 years. Yeah. So I guess it is too many fires that are happening. Oh well, that explains that. Guys, I'm gonna head off now. So I'm gonna find someone on Twitch to like hit with the live streamy vibes. I'm sure you'll give me good people, good ideas. Adam C. Eunice, I've rated him before, he's a vibe. Let's look up TypeScript. Find out it's just me, right? There's me. Haha. Okay, well this is great, but I also don't understand that language, so it'd be a bit weird if I did that. Let's pick up software development. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to do. Maybe we hit Adam C. Eunice because I think he's a cool dude. This is what he sounds like. He's just an Aussie indie game dev. Gotta represent. Let's hit him with a raid. Raid. And then how do I spell his name? I'm just gonna copy paste this. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a vibe. I really enjoyed this morning. I'm surprised that YouTube's got more people watching than Twitch. That's quite impressive. Am I not forwarding audio? No, I've just got it really low down. I am not forwarding audio. That's probably for the best. I mean, I've mostly muted him. Yeah, no, it's
someone
there.
who's going to breach the terms of the contract that you
There we
sign.
go. See,
Let's
nice
just
in
say
here.
I'm making a game and it's a
Nice and large.
family-friendly game, and then I sell it to someone and they want to turn it
But
into like a hentai.
I don't know why he's talking about hentai though. That was a bit weird. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head. I will chat to you guys soon. But hopefully he'll change his conversation before we get there. It's been real. Cheers, guys.